Congratulations! You have an interview with the California Department of Public Health. Soon you will meet with the interview panel. You'll be asked a series of job-related questions, all of which will be scored based on how well you explain your knowledge, skills, and abilities related to the given position. This might sound intimidating, but don't worry. Scoring an interview means that the panel is using clearly defined criteria to evaluate all of the interviewed candidates. This makes the interview process fair and consistent. Why don't you join me as I sit down with the candidate who is preparing for their first state interview? Whether you are new to state service or trying to find a new opportunity within a state department, these tips will help you impress the hiring team. Let's go!
Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I'm excited by this career opportunity, but I must admit, I'm a little nervous.
That's natural. By the time we finish reviewing these interview preparation techniques, you'll feel more confident. Preparation is key, and you've already taken that first step by being here.
That's very reassuring.
I see you brought your resume and a copy of the position's duty statement. Excellent. We're going to review them side by side, taking note of the following: your experience and education as it relates to the job summary and essential functions of the position. This includes internships, volunteer work, and any other unpaid positions. Key skills relevant to the position you are applying for. Key phrases in the duty statement that resonate with you. Take notes as you go through both documents. Circle, underline, highlight anything that may show the interview panel why you are a good fit for this position. You'll also want to learn as much as you can about CDPH. What have you researched so far?
I went to CDPH's website to learn about the department's mission, vision, and core values. I then looked up the office I'm applying for. I was surprised at how many programs and services CDPH offers. So many of them align with what I'm looking for.
The panel will have a copy of your application and resume, but it's important to answer the questions thoroughly, even if you happen to know someone on the panel. Don't assume that you don't need to elaborate because an interviewer might know your work history. There are a variety of behavioral and situational questions that the panel may ask.
What's the difference?
Behavioral interview questions ask candidates to describe how they handled a past work experience. Knowing how you handled a situation in the past gives hiring managers an idea on how you might handle a situation in the future. Situational questions ask how candidates would handle a hypothetical situation. The STAR method is a great way to organize your responses. For instance, answer questions by discussing situation, task, action, and result of the specific situation.
Situation, task, action, result. Okay, I think I get it.
Let's test it out. I'll ask you a question and you respond using the STAR method. Can you tell me about a time when you had to manage a difficult customer?
In my previous role as a customer service representative, I had a customer who was extremely upset about a delayed shipment. In this situation, the customer had been waiting for their order for several weeks and was frustrated. My task was to address the customer's concerns and find a solution that would satisfy them. I took action by actively listening to the customer and acknowledging their frustration. I empathized with their situation and apologized for the delay. I then offered several options for resolving the issue, such as expedited shipping or a partial refund. As a result, the customer chose the option of expedited shipping, and I made sure to follow up with them after the shipment arrived to ensure their satisfaction. By handling the situation with empathy and offering solutions, I was able to turn a difficult situation into a positive outcome for both the customer and the company.
You got it! But don't stop there. More potential interview questions can be found online. Write out STAR responses to the ones you think are most likely to come up in the interview. Keep in mind that interview questions may be specific to the duties listed in the duty statement. Practice your responses in the mirror or record yourself to watch back later. You can even conduct a mock interview with a family member or friend. Your answers should be thorough yet concise. Aim for 5 minutes for each question. Don't forget to answer all parts of the question. It's okay to ask the panel members to repeat a question to ensure you didn't miss any part of it. Other questions that may come up. What education and experience qualifies you for this position? Why are you the best candidate for this role? Why does working at CDPH interest you?
I've got the education and experience down. What's the best way to describe my skills?
Great question. When describing your skills, always provide examples. For instance, if you state that you are very organized, give specific examples of how you are organized. This may include setting goals, creating project plans, maintaining a task list, and so forth. If you have a story that illustrates that skill, that's even better. If you say that you have excellent writing skills, point out any awards that you may have received. Highlight your long track record of minimal edits, or describe a particular challenging writing assignment that involved extensive research and interviews. At the end of the interview, you will have the opportunity to ask questions. For example, you can inquire about position expectations, any unique challenges the role may present, and/or next steps. Please note, though, that your questions are not rated as part of the interview scoring process. If the panel's response to your question prompts you to circle back to a previous question, you need to specifically say that you'd like to expand on that specific question. Don't be afraid to add more detail or even an additional story or example to any of your answers. How are you feeling about the interview now?
Much better.
Great to hear. Confidence comes with preparation and practice. It's also important to be mindful of the finer details. This includes having ready any documents you may need to submit, such as professional references. If your interview is in person, map the location and determine how long it takes to get there. Plan to arrive 15 to 30 minutes early, taking into consideration weather conditions, road construction, and parking.
My interview will be virtual.
In that case, reserve a quiet area where you will be uninterrupted. Make sure you have an appropriate background. Consider any technical difficulties that may arise. Is your software updated? Do you have a strong internet connection? Is a hotspot easily available if the power goes out? Having a plan not only helps prevent potential problems, but it can also provide peace of mind.
Those are great considerations.
Regardless of interview location, you'll want to make sure you are dressed in professional attire that makes you feel comfortable and confident. Don't forget to double-check all communications received from the hiring manager to ensure you have the needed materials. Being ready early can also ease the nerves.
Thank you again for taking the time to help me prepare for my interview.
Absolutely. I know it's hard, but be patient when waiting to hear back from the hiring manager. There are often many applicants, so the processing time can vary for each job. Now that you're prepared for your CDPH interview, take a breath, stay authentic, and remember that you've got this. You do too.